The race for the 2024 US presidential election is heating up. Next week, former Vice President Mike Pence will launch his presidential campaign, along with former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Mike Pence and Chris Christie will enter a crowded field, where they'll have to go against the likes of Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. Mike Pence will launch his campaign on June 7th in Iowa. This will put him directly against his former boss, Donald Trump. For 4 years, Pence was a loyal deputy. But things changed after the January 6 Capitol riots. Pence was inside the building when Trump supporters attacked the US Capitol. He even said history will hold Trump accountable. Pence is the son of a South Korean war veteran. He was elected to the House in 2000 and served until 2013. He served as governor of Indiana from 2013 to 2017. Mike Pence has been a staunch conservative and will probably appeal directly to the evangelical Christian community. Mike Pence will go head-to-head against his former boss, Donald Trump. The 76-year-old announced his election campaign last November. He faced some of the loudest criticism yet from the Grand Old Party. But Trump continues to be a GOP favorite. This is because of his popularity. Since 2016, Donald Trump has retained a firm grip on his base. In fact, he even strengthened his standing in polls after his indictment in the hush money scandal. For now, Trump remains the frontrunner in the Republican race. This brings us to another GOP favorite and Trump's #1 contender, Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor who's known for taking on Disney. He may have had a glitch-filled launch of his campaign on Twitter, but DeSantis ranks second to Trump in most polls. He's already signed bills imposing new restrictions on abortion and further loosening gun laws in the state. Positions that may help him in the Republican primaries. However, his battle with Walt Disney has unnerved some donors. So has his mixed messaging on continued US support for Ukraine. On the other side, the pool is a little less crowded. Of course, there's the incumbent Joe Biden. At 80 years, Biden is already the oldest US president ever. So, he has a tough task ahead of him to convince voters he has the stamina for another 4 years. There are also concerns about his approval ratings, but most Biden allies believe he's the only candidate who could beat Trump. For now, he does not face a serious threat from a Democratic challenger, but there are a few others in the race. The first would be Robert Kennedy Jr. He's the son of US Senator Robert F. Kennedy, who was assassinated in 1968 during his own presidential bid. Kennedy is infamous for his anti-vaccine views and was banned on YouTube and Instagram for spreading misinformation. The other Democratic contender is Marianne Williamson, the best-selling author and self-help guru. She ran as a Democrat in the 2020 presidential primary, but dropped out of the race before any votes had been cast. So, will the 2024 polls be a 2020 rematch? We'll have to wait and watch.
And there they go. It looks like
The US and Russia are dangerously close to an armed conflict. This year, 2023, New Delhi will be the capital of global diplomacy. For a country as diverse as ours, with 88% of the population illiterate, it was a very big deal to write a constitution, and that too, the world's largest. Meanwhile, if we may, here's a Republic Day gift from India for the BBC. A list of suggestions for the BBC for their upcoming documentaries. Number 1. The Kohinoor and the Colonial Loot. Number 2, an outdated monarchy and unhealthy obsession with the royals. Number 3, racism in 2023. We're waiting.